Hey, good day everyone. So today we're going to talk about space crypto. So this is something I have to say that in my personal opinion, right? So this is not financial advice, but this is something I will be getting into once the game is available. The only reason why I say that because the game itself, so we're going to talk about how the game works, is pretty much how Bomb Crypto works. And as you can see down here, the Bomb Crypto founder, Lam Ho, who is also the founder of SenseSpark, is actually their advisor for the game. Now, I've seen the gameplay for this one because they had the testnet available before. I don't know if it's still available now. And the concept is pretty much similar to how Bomb Crypto works. It's just reskinned into space crypto. Reason why I say that is because if you're gonna look at the game, they do have a trailer here, but it's not really enough to say that this is what it looks like. It's a little bit more different, but the basic idea is that you will have waves of bosses that you will be engaging in, and this is an idle game, so similar to how Bomb Crypto works, right? You just set it and you just let them do their thing. Now, all you need to consider here is your spaceships. So same as Bomb Crypto, you can have up to a maximum of 15 spaceships that you can use per account. I don't know if you can do multiple accounts, same to how Bomb Crypto does, but right now you only have the option to have a maximum of 15 spaceships. Then all it does is that per wave you will attack the boss spaceship, and that's it. The boss spaceship does nothing, just stands there, and your spaceships will just keep attacking it until it gets destroyed. Then you will earn a certain number of SPE tokens. Now, one twist they did there is that they have what they call a showtime, meaning that there will be a timer per wave. So if you do not manage to beat the boss on that specific wave with the given timer, then you will lose that fight. So that's how it works. Pretty much, I'd say there's not much depth on the game at the moment, but they do mention here that they're gonna have raid mode and PvP mode. But then again, you don't know when that's gonna happen. I mean, it's part of the roadmap, but right now what I'm looking at is just the base game that they plan to release in beta, which is coming in I think 10 days from now. I think it's January 7th. So now that we've talked about the gameplay, I want to talk about the three main important items first. So mainly the team, partnerships, and community. So let's go to the team first. So again, I'm not a very big fan of cartoony pictures because it doesn't really show who they really are, and of course they don't have the LinkedIn files or any type of information that we can actually verify if they're really real or not. So right now what I can say is just take everything with a grain of salt. But they do have some information here that you can try and double check yourselves. I did look into Amanote, but I could not find Huang Nguyen there. And Face Stance Challenge, I have no idea what this is. So you can try and research that to check who is Yang Nguyen. Then you can do that as well. I'm gonna rate the team docs here is gonna be around 5 out of 10 because it's just pictures and words at the moment. Now they also have advisors, so they have Lam Ho, which is I guess the most important one because he is the founder of Bomb Crypto and SenseSpark. They also have Trong, who is the founder of Polka Foundry. Then they also have Leon and Dong and Long Dang. Alright, so in terms of partners, they do have quite a number of partners, and they're also getting certified with Certic. The problem with Certic is that right now they have two major issues that are not yet resolved, hence they don't have a score in Certic yet, but they are there, so take that into consideration. Then in terms of partnerships and backers, they have quite a number of backers and partners, which is great. So I did look into GameFi and TV Ventures. You can find them in their portfolios. Same for GameFi, it is also there. But I did try to check some of the other ones here, but I could not find them in their portfolio, so maybe they're not yet updated. So I still think that at the end of the day, this is a very legit game in my opinion. Legit meaning that they have strong backers, so it's not the type of game that will just rug you on the first month. So this game would probably last as long as Bomb Crypto if managed well. Then lastly, community. So important thing here is to check Twitter, and their Twitter account is fairly big. They have 132k followers, and I did check that in Twitter audit, and 92% are real, which is great. And this is a very big community. Then if you're gonna look into their Telegram channel, they have 198,000 members, which is incredible. So I'd say by default, in terms of community, this game has a lot of people backing it up. So I'd say in terms of launch, I think this game will do well. It's just a question of how long can it last, right? So now in terms of token, it's already released, so you can find SPG in CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. And the only concern I have right now is the price, because the price is around $1 and the total supply for the tokens is 1 billion tokens. So if you're just going to look at it by default, the fully diluted market cap for this one will be $1 billion. So I think, in my opinion, that's really big. I think it's too big. For this one, a pretty good comparison that you would want to look into would be Bitcoin, because you know the structure is pretty much the same. So if you want to double check that, I'd recommend you do it as a comparison. So if you're looking at Bitcoin right now in terms of price versus token, so you can see the max supply is 100 million and the total fully diluted market cap for this one is 274 million. So which is big difference compared to Space Crypto token. So Space Crypto is almost 5 times of the value of what Bitcoin is, and that's not even, you know, even the game is not even out yet. So that's why I'm saying it's really big in terms of price. It's really expensive in my opinion. So I don't know if it is a good time to get in. I mean, if you're looking into trying to get into the game right now, right? If you want to try and purchase those spaceships, the cost per spaceship right now is at 10 SPG. So if you're gonna buy one right now, it's only gonna cost you $10 to buy one spaceship. So I think it's fairly cheap, but it's just that I'm concerned with the price. It's high. I don't know if it's gonna hold the price. So again, that's just my opinion. All right. So in terms of rarity, if you're gonna buy your spaceships, you're gonna get a common, rare, super rare, epic, legendary, mythical. The chances of getting a common is fairly high, which is 82%, then rare 10%, super rare 6%, and so on. And now for the spaceships, there are 3 main features that spaceships have. They will have ammo, fire speed, and damage. So these 3 features will be impacting how they perform when you're trying to defeat the boss, and definitely the higher the rarity, of course, the better the performance of your spaceships. Now they also have what they call a space charger. So this is the equivalent of a house in Bomb Crypto. So if you have a higher level house or a higher level base charger, you'll be able to load your spaceships much faster, so you can do more wave runs. Now in terms of boss, as I mentioned earlier, so it's just going to be an idle game, so the boss is not going to do anything. It's just that how much power or how much damage can you do in the fastest time before the timer runs out. So that's the show time. So every wave you win, you will get an SPE reward, and that is the in-game token that they will have for the game. And that's unlimited, so just take note of that. It's kind of like SLP. So we don't know how the price is going to be managed for that one. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. Now in the play to earn aspect, they mentioned something about lucky spin. So they mentioned here that this will be available if you win a wave. So after you defeat the boss, you will enter a lucky spin game. So you will have the chance of either getting just the normal rewards, which is 94.9% of the time. Then you have the 2.5% chance that you might not get any reward, and another 2.5% chance that you might multiply it by 2, and there is a 0.1% chance that you might get 100 times the amount. So I think this is a pretty good lucky spin reward. I like it. It's interesting. Added spin is always a good thing for the game. Then they also have the burn token NFT fusion spaceship, so meaning that you can merge 2 units, burn them, and you might get a new unit that might be on a higher rarity. So for this sample that they showed here, they burned 2 commons, then they got an epic. But then again, I don't think this is fixed. This is going to be still on percentage chance basis, but I don't know if it's going to be based on the Genesis box percentage rate. I don't know, they didn't mention it here. But once you do that fusion, the SPG used for this fusion will be burned indirectly. And next they will have their marketplace, treasury, DAO, and their metaverse, but we're not going to get into those because those are pretty much further down the line in terms of implementation. So again, as I mentioned, they have 2 tokens here. They have the SPG token and SPE token, and the SPG would be the governance token, and the SPE token would be the SLP token. Now in terms of withdrawal, they mentioned here that you need at least 20 SPE tokens before you can actually withdraw from the game. And now lastly, let's get into the roadmap. So right now they're already at Q4, so they already did the IDO and launch of the token, and now we're going into Q1 2022, which is the beta test, which is coming in January 7. So in terms of mechanics, I'm not exactly sure if there's a mandatory requirement for you to get into the beta test. So I'd recommend to go into their official channels in Telegram and even in Twitter just to check how to get into the beta test. Then they will also have the spaceship merge and upgrade function released, token tournament launch, raid mode launch, battle boss mode release, and the official game launch on the Binance Smart Chain. Then on Q2 2022, it will be also released on Solana Network. Then they will have the PvP tournament and marketplace launch as well. Then on Q3 2022, they'll have the treasury on testnet, monthly tournaments. Then they will also have a mini game. Not exactly sure what that will be. And they will have the land NFT release for their space metaverse. Further down the line, I'm not exactly sure if these are going to be implemented based on the promise and target dates, but we'll just take these as a grain of salt at the moment. But right now, what's important is that the Q1, Q2 would be released based on the target dates. So in terms of the game overall, as I mentioned, this is pretty much a reskinned version of what Bomb Crypto is. That's actually the only main reason why I'm going to join in. If the Bomb Crypto wasn't even involved, I might not even consider this game at all. Mainly because is that it's an idle game, right? And you don't do anything. Basically, just put money and you click fight and you earn. So it's a click to play game still at the end of the day. And yeah, so hopefully this video helped you out, guys. Hope to see you again in my future videos. Please leave a like and subscribe, and have a happy new year. Stay safe, people.